Hey everybody, it's Bale here, and today we'll be reviewing the Master Grade 1/100th scale Jegan. So first and foremost, right, the Jegan is a rather large model, right? Here it is next to the high grade 1/144th scale core Gundam that comes with the V2, right? Here it is next to the high grade GM Guard Custom, which is a great model. Here it is next to my customized GM Sniper 2, which is also high grade. Let's see. Yep. Here it is next to the high grade Thunderbolt GM, which they could make a master grade of that so easily if they just retooled the master grade Thunderbolt full armor Gundam. So I'm waiting for that to happen. A review on this guy eventually. Then we have, because every review I have to do it, the high grade 1/144th scale GM, also known as my first ever Gunpla, who may or may not be having a little bit of balance issues as he gets older. As you noticed, I'm using the Jegan build knuckle, right, from Build Fighters. Great option part set, came with way more hands than I expected. And then here it is with the standard 6-inch size Gundam Universe Wing Gundam figure. That thing still gets on my nerves. For so many reasons. It's not even funny. So, now here's a Jegan with everything that it comes with. You can see over here you have 4 extra hands for the right and 3 for the left. Now it comes with these weird sort of trigger finger hands. As you can see, they do not fit this beam rifle. These came with the Age 1 normal, right, Gundam from Gundam Age. And all master grades now use that hand system, so they all kind of have this. This is the only beam rifle trigger hand you have, and it's only for the right hand. Alright, so you just pop that in right there. Do that. It'll hold on. So when you plug it into the hand, it'll hold on spectacularly. Another thing about this beam rifle, that is a clear blue piece. The cartridge, magazine, whatever you want to call it, comes out. And the amazing thing about this is that it can be held in the hand, in this open hand, holding hand right here, right? You can, if I can get it, slot it, you can, but it's a lot of work. Oh well, I'll do it later. Slots back in there, but you only have one of these, so maybe you'll want to glue yours in, maybe not, who knows. And then you have one beam saber handle, but 2 beam saber blades, so I curved one of them specifically so I could have that kind of swinging effect. And the cool thing about the beam saber is that if you rotate the arm up here, this little section rotates out, and you can slide that in. Boom. Beam saber storage, nice and convenient. Oh, another cool little accessory is that this, if I can open it. Okay, yes. The grenades, but they are all one solid piece, so they can't, be taken out and held in the hands or whatever. A little unfortunate. Another neat little accessory, I gotta open up the Jegan for this, is, I don't know if you can see it, probably not, but there is a pilot in there. Just give me 1 second. There is a little pilot in there that I hand painted, and that's a bunch of glow tape in the back. And on here too. So once that lights up, after being in the bright for X amount of time, the canopy will glow and everything, and I'm not going to do that right now, so just give me another second. This will be all back together. Okay, just give me a second. I'm just putting it back together. Piece by piece, as you can see. Whoops. There goes his arm. You know, interesting thing about this master grade in particular. So it's the first ever master grade I built, right? And I was expecting it to be, I don't know, maybe a day or two long kind of process, you know? But I was pleasantly surprised with this kit. It only took me like an hour and a half to build. I sanded down all the nut marks and everything. And let me just show you something. This is the instruction manual for the Jegan. It is like a comic book in length. It has a nice little artwork of an unpanelined, undecaled Jegan. And then my beautiful specimen. All decaled up and panelined and ready to go. And so as far as getting his accessories on him and in his hands and everything, really quite easy, right? So as for the shield, what you're going to want to do is you take this piece, right, find these slots on the backs of both of the arms, you will tab it in, and like a soft click. You can rotate the shield however you want. Boom. He's got a shield. Next, you can give him a beam rifle, right? This is actually great because it gives me an excuse to take out. Yeah, so the thumb is the only fully articulated finger that bends. You can just take that hand, right, a set of fingers, and also gently slide them on. Take the thumb and rotate it. Now he's got hold of a beam rifle that is not going anywhere, right? And then the beam saber is a beam saber. We've all seen it a bajillion times, right? And now you know how to swap out the hands as well, so I'm not going to go over that any further. And, okay, just as a quick little comparison, right? This beam saber right here. Here, let's take the Thunderbolt GM. The beam saber is as tall as a high grade. Technically taller because you know you don't count the backpack as part of his height. But yeah, freaking fucking huge beam saber. Since he only has one handle, right? The other can be curved for that swinging motion. I love it. Okay, now for one of the reasons you're here, you want to see a review. You want to see how the thing moves. Well, and as I showcased earlier, cockpit can open like that, close up just as easily. The head, because it has that backpack, can't really go back too far. You can go down that far, go up that far without moving the neck joint back. Move the neck joint back, and you can still go up somewhat far, but you're just taking the head apart a little. Oh, and I don't know if you can tell, but painted the inside of that with a chrome pen, so it's all nice and reflective. Okay, that's another clear piece that's not a sticker. Same on the back of the head. There's another clear blue piece. All of these master grades, dude, they're amazing. Okay, so we do the head. The chest, you can bend that far, back that far, do a full 360 if you really wanted. Just mind the side skirts and the back of the backpack. As for the arms, you can do a full 360. Oh yeah, the backpack has articulation too. Friggin' radical, right? The shoulder armor is a bit independent of the actual arm. You can go up like that. That's about it. the actual arm can go up that far, and it has a slide out joint in the shoulder. So that moves up and slides out. It's pretty cool. Staying on the arms, as for the hand, it's just a simple ball socket and a, God, what is that thing called? That same kind of joint that the GM has in his hand. You know what I mean? And then you get a double, I probably should do it with the left hand, or arm. You get a nice double bend right there, which without that shoulder armor, I'd assume would be a 180-degree bend, which is really nice, especially since it only really kind of looks like it has the one circle joint right there, but no, it has two joints. It's amazing. And this is something that I really love about master grades. Right here, let me just take this apart so I can just get the waist unit. Yeah, because here you can better see the articulation right there. Yeah. Actually, let's look on the backpack for a little bit. This can go up, down, side size on a ball joint. Does what a ball joint can do. Yeah, so that's cool. Side skirts can go up that far. You can do the full splits if you really wanted them to, but I wouldn't push it because those are the sides right there. Oh, that's another thing. It has that cool little kick out joint that master grades have. So the leg is on a swivel, so it can kick out higher like that. That's the normal, and then you do the swivel out joint. That's where it kicks up to. I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, it can go up pretty far. You can only rotate that much, which is reasonable. That's how much you want to get out of it. As for how far you can get his legs to go, well, it stands. That's not really great. You can get him about that far, maybe a little bit in, a little bit inwards, outwards. Yeah, you can get him like that far apart, which not bad. I wouldn't say that's too bad. Most of it is restricted by these bell-bottom jean-looking things. Oh yeah, okay. So there's no, the back can move out just as far as the front. There's no back skirt. And then these are also on a ball joint right here. These little thrusters are also on a ball joint. And then you get a nice double bend in the knee. Love that double bend. And then you get a nice little swivel right there. Right. And you can toe bend, which is nice. But yeah, I mean, most of the stuff is kind of just like swivels on pegs and stuff, right? Whereas with high grades, it's all ball joints. This stuff is all swivels and hinges and, I mean, okay, the neck, the head is on a ball joint. But that's because it's a head. Of course, it's on a ball joint. But yeah, it's really cool. Oh crap. Hey, you get to watch me build the Jegan again. Okay, so I would have done actually, first of all, this is future Nathan right here, or future Bale. I would have done a preview of the inner frame of this guy, but when I was trying to take him apart so you could see the inside of the chest, I sort of broke the chest, which you can kind of see right now on the, well, for us looking at it right now, it'd be the left hand, but on the Jegan, it's the right hand side. I broke that panel, and then I had to cement it back together. So I'm not showing the inner frame. Yeah. Very bad at the present. So, I mean, this model is so amazing, right? For what it is, you know, what it costs. I got this thing for like $30, and it's worth every penny. It's incredibly screen accurate. It has so many decals. Let me get that decal sheet actually. The majority of them, either you don't use or I just didn't use them, or they're just duplicates. It had so many number markings as well, but I used most of them. You can see the 174, which is my thing. 13, that is my girlfriend's favorite number. 174 again. 13 again. I'm gonna put the big old EFSF on there. A bunch of marking decals. Like, I assume that one right there is telling you, hey, this is the cockpit. I assume this is a, hey, don't shoot your buddy in the cockpit. And then another EFSF logo. Yeah. Quick little discussion about the Jegan's design and everything, right? So, first of all, massive mistake making the cockpit bright red when the rest of it is mint green. That kind of puts a target on the pilot. Which, I mean, the shield, though, perfect size to cover it. You know? Like, come on, man. I mean, I know it's also, you know, common sense within the Gundam, you know, within the Universal Century Gundam timeline, that the cockpit would be in the chest, except for the Sazabi, and you know, in the manga and light novel version of Char's Counterattack, the Nightingale. Right, in those versions, it's in the head because it's a giant fucking mobile suit. Right? But, I mean, that's just kind of a design flaw. It just draws unnecessary attention. Yeah. Oh, I mean, not a whole lot we can do about it. But, what the hell is happening? There we go. So another thing that I really like about this kit, though, right, is it's a grunt suit, and I didn't expect a grunt suit master grade, you know, to be that great. I just kind of expected it to be like, oh, well, we need a 1 to 100 scale thing, so let's just take the high grade, throw a crappy in for a minute, scale it up, bada bing, bada boom. But now this thing is amazing. I mean, I was told by my friends that it builds like a high grade and everything. I mean, I found the experience to be more like building a real grade, right? But I love it. It is amazing. Would I suggest buying this kit? If you love grunt suits, if you got $30 to spend and you want, only for me it only took me an hour, but I also was like dead set on getting it done as soon as possible because I got it the day before school started, you know, for the spring semester. So I was dead set on getting it done ASAP. If you want something that will require a bit of love, is amazingly articulated and all around amazing to look at and pose. Like this thing, I have so much fun posing this thing around because there's so much it can pull off. Then yeah, I mean, I would suggest, even if you're not that big of a Federation mobile suit fan, I'd still suggest getting this thing. It's well worth the $30 to maybe $40 you'd spend on it depending on where you get it. I mean, God, I love it so much. I mean, for me, like, the Jegan isn't even my favorite Federation mobile suit, right? My favorite is the GM Sniper 2, and that was originally what I was going to get as my first master grade. But this was cheaper. So I got it, and honestly, I'm glad that I got this, because this is now one of my favorite models of all time, in terms of gunpla. Maybe the GM Sniper 2 will change that when I get a hold of it. Maybe it won't. I don't know. We'll see, though. And be on the lookout for, first, a review of this nice little boy, because because I'm getting his option set soon. That'll be a twofer. And then a review of this nice, beautiful, beautiful midget. And then, because I've had him for almost a year now, this guy, because I love my GMs. And yes, technically the Jegan is a GM. It's in the RGM line. It is the RGM-89 that makes it a GM. Fight me in the comments below. I will school you, children. Till then, ciao.